Hi, good afternoon. Welcome. It's good to see you today. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. And if not, I hope that tomorrow is a better day. Something I wanted to talk about with you was how how do you know if you're truly known by others? I was talking to someone today and they told me about fathers not really knowing their daughters. This idea that fathers don't want to truly know their daughters. And, I think maybe touching a broader topic about parents not wanting to know their children. And I guess it caused me to wonder, like, am I truly known by my parents? Am I truly known by the people around me? Is that something you've ever wondered? If people actually know you, if people actually see you, all the way through, top to bottom, inside and out. It's a tough question. And I've just been thinking about, since that conversation today, I've been thinking about it a lot. And I'm not completely sure if we're truly known, completely at least. We all have this desire, this need to be known by others, to be seen, to be felt, that we spend such a short time on this planet that we were noticed by someone. And it's more than just being heard. We want to be listened to. It's more than just being seen. We want to be noticed. We want to be part of people's lives. And this can be just such little things, like when you meet someone, maybe for the second time, and they remember your name, and that can just help you to feel important, to feel noticed. And it's so important that we feel this from those around you, around us. And I know that for me, I think that I would go insane if I didn't have these little moments of being seen, truly. It's almost like it feels, that connection, it's different. It's fresh. It feels good. To me, it feels like a surprise when that happens. But the truth is, you you go out to a friend's house, you go to a party, you do something like that, and you have these moments, these connections with people, and either you feel seen or you don't, and you go home, and then suddenly it's silent. And it's dark, and you're alone. And it doesn't matter how it doesn't matter how much time we spend connecting, there's always that time where you're not being connected with. At least there's a time period in your life. And even those that love us, the understanding they have is limited. They can't fully see everything about you all of the time. I mean, how could they? If they were to do that, they wouldn't be able to live their life. And it's difficult because I know for myself, I don't even understand the things that I feel. And everyone knows this. your wife, your husband, partner, whatever you call it, they say something and it makes you angry, like instantly. And there's you don't know why you're angry. You don't know what it is about what they said, about how they said it, that just triggered, and you just know that you're angry. You just know that it's hit a nerve, and you may be able to articulate it later, but in the moment, you don't even understand. And there's someone in front of you who loves you, who cares about you, who they're important to you and you're important to them. And if you don't even know, how on earth could they? So how on earth could we expect them to know us completely, inside and out? You know, we have a reality, the physical building blocks of life around us. But we don't see reality, we see our perception of reality. We see things that are, we see meaning in things before we see what the things are. And, you know, we see what they do. And perhaps we see others the same way, and definitely that's how they see us. They see the meaning in us before they see who we are. And we're filled up to the brim with thoughts, ideas, memories, things that we've gotten wrong, things that we don't see, that other people see, that are so obvious. And it doesn't matter how much we try to communicate all this, we just cannot get someone to understand everything. And not even that, it's like when you do try to explain, the likelihood that the person you're talking to can understand what you mean in the language that you mean it. Like me and my wife have this problem all the time where we talk at cross purposes because we use words in a specific way that are slightly different, and the difference to begin with is small. But as the conversation grows, it separates us, and the separation is like a wedge, and it just drives further and further in, and we just have to stop and go back to the beginning and redefine what we both mean, and then it's well, then we can move forward. And like part of that is just, you know, we have different cultures. My wife and I am very, very, very clearly English, and she is Canadian. So there's that, and she speaks several languages, and I'm working on it. And we just have very different understandings of the world, and we share a lot of values. We share most values, and yet we have such a difficult time communicating with each other. And like everyone does. It's not that my wife and I do, and you know, that's just the reality of communicating with people, particularly those that you love. So I think that can be such a huge challenge in feeling seen and understood. But beyond that, it seems to me that we don't always make it easy for people to understand us. Something I try to do, and it's very difficult, and I don't recommend this because it's very difficult, and I'm not the best at this, but speaking the truth all of the time. All the time, no matter what. It does not matter what the situation is. Speak the truth. And that doesn't mean be callous and be unkind. It doesn't mean that. The truth is always kind, I believe. But when we lie, we perform, we're hiding our true selves, and we are showing a falsehood to others. And every lie you tell is a tiny fracture from the truth, a tiny departure from the truth. And if you keep departing from the truth, then nobody will ever know you. Now, not everyone deserves the truth from you. You don't owe an honest answer to everyone. But you'll owe the truth to someone. My recommendation is to be completely honest with at least one person. I think if you're really going to try and be honest with everyone. But it has been enormously helpful to me to be completely honest with my wife and to tell her when I've made mistakes. Because it has this effect where you don't want to lie. And you don't want to if you don't want to say the truth, then you act in a truth that you would want to say. Like a little example is, maybe you said you'd wake up early and work out this morning. Just, come on. And maybe you didn't stick to your word. Maybe it wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the truth either. Why not tell the truth? Why not wake up early? So that you can tell the truth and that you don't feel bad about it. Don't cheat on your diet and then tell everyone that you didn't. Don't cheat on the diet so you don't have to lie. And these are just little things, and that can be exacerbated by big lies. Like when people cheat on their partners. And it's difficult. It's hard when you've walked that path and you've made that mistake, and it's hard to face the truth and try and repair those departures from the truth. But that's the price you pay for someone truly knowing you. And in this process where I've been completely honest in everything with my wife, or at least I've tried to be. And that doesn't always mean that I told the truth straight away. Sometimes that means maybe I lied and then later on I rectified it. But I've tried to. It means that my wife truly sees me as much as a human can. And I am so grateful that I am truly seen in this way. So that can be a huge problem, telling lies. Because it's a mask. It means that you aren't ever truly seen by anyone, because if you lie to one person, you probably lie to everyone. And you probably lie to yourself. And probably, if you do lie, you probably lie more than you even realize. And then one day you won't be here to rectify it. And nobody will have ever truly known you. And that's a very, very sad thing. Because I think that you're worth knowing. I think that you are worth being seen by many people, and probably at least one. But even through all of that, someone sees us. Even if we lie all the time, someone will see us, even if it's just for a glimpse. Someone will know you're lying and will cut through all of that. Or it can be when someone just finishes your sentence. You talk to someone and they just get it. Stupid microphone. And you know what that feels like, because everyone has had that at one time in their life. But what if we could have that more? What if we could have that regularly? What kind of person would we have to be able to have that regularly? I think for me personally, a comfort is knowing that I am truly seen by God. And I'm truly understood in a way that I don't even understand. There's this psalm that talks about while I was in my mother's womb, my parts were down in writing. How wonderfully made I am. And the psalmist was, in such a beautiful, poetic way, was explaining how much care God takes in knowing us. Even with all the bad stuff, even with all the sin and the mistakes and all the things that you do that are bad on purpose. And God's there ready to forgive and to know and to see and to let go of. Yeah, and that's just the best thing. So, does anyone ever feel truly, fully, completely known and seen? Maybe not always, and maybe not fully. But we do have that quiet moment every once in a while when we do feel it. So, yeah, that's it. When was the last time you felt seen? You felt known, you felt heard? And I hope you feel it this week. I hope you feel it today, tomorrow. And I hope you find a way to feel it regularly. And I think that you're worth seeing, worth knowing. Even if you don't feel it. Well, I think that's probably enough for me today. I hope that you have the week, the day that you want, and hang in there. Whatever is going on, I'm sure it will get better. Anyways, take it easy. Yeah.